And Fabio Wardley is now the WBO champion, man. He's been elevated. He's the automatic champion, man. How you guys and girls think about that? Let me know, man. Let me know how you feel. Drop it down in the comments. That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, I'm happy. I'm really happy for Fabio Wardley. For someone who's come from white collar boxing, he's done well. Do you know what I mean? He's done really well for himself. And listen, man, what an achievement to become world champion. I think this would have been his wildest imagination, wildest dreams, whatever. I don't think he ever thought he would become world champion, man. He had no amateur background whatsoever. Like, it's crazy, man. You just have to rate Fabio Wardley and respect him for what he's achieved. I know a lot of boxing fans will take it wrong. Like, a lot of boxing fans don't like people being elevated to champion status in this manner, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't beaten anyone to become champion, but WBO rules or whatever states that, you know, if the title holder relinquishes the title, then obviously the number one guy automatically takes it. So it's not Fabio Wardley's fault, man. He becomes champion by default. It's not Fabio Wardley's fault, man. He's now the champion. He's happy. He's celebrating. But the person I really feel sorry for is Joseph Parker, because he was champion for so long. Not champion, sorry. He was a mandatory for like 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever. You know, he never got that crack at Oleksandr Usyk. All of a sudden, he lost to Fabio Wardley in very controversial circumstances, like the stoppage, early stoppage by the referee. And now, most recently, the news broke that he returned the adverse result for his drug test. So he failed it, the old white powder. And now this must be just, can you imagine Joseph Parker right now, what's going through his head? He's thinking, God damn, what have I done to these people, man? Just to end this whole Joseph Parker thing, how the hell does he prove? Like, I mean, like, how do you explain the substance getting into your system? That's the thing. Like, how do you explain? Because the substance has been found on your system, right? It was in your blood. How did it get into your system without you knowing about it? Do you know what I mean? Because I've heard of fighters proving their innocence. For example, let's just go back. Conor Ben a couple of years ago, you know, he was found to have he had something in him. But then he blamed it on eggs, right? Conor Ben said, yo, I ate too many eggs. You know, he ate too many eggs. That's why he had whatever he had in his system. And then you've had also someone like a Canelo Alvarez. I remember he got caught with some steroids or something in his system, right? Let me know in the comments. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he got caught with something. And then Canelo blamed it on contaminated meat. You know, they had some type of valid reason or explanation of how the substance or the drug, whatever, got into their system, into their bloodstream. Now, how does Joseph Parker explain the white powder getting into his system? How does he explain that? Like, do you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, can an animal sniff that shit and eat it or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Can you get contaminated from an animal? I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments. I'm not really an expert on the white powder stuff, but can you get contaminated by it? But from an animal? Because, you know, I think someone in my comments, when I dropped that video about Joseph Parker failing his drug test, someone in my comments, obviously I've got a lot of Joseph Parker fans on the channel, and a lot of them were commenting. I think someone said to me that, apparently Joseph Parker went on to a show, whatever, and, you know, the water was already on the table for him, and when he sat down, he drank the water, and that could be a way, that could be somehow, that could explain how the substance got into his system. But I'm thinking like, right, if that's how he got it to his system through that water, then maybe he can go back and look at it and watch it and, I don't know, come up with, present the evidence that he was set up in it. Because a lot of the Joseph Parker fans now are saying that Joseph Parker was set up. This is all a set up. They don't want someone from Samoa, someone from New Zealand, you know, fighting for a title, becoming world champion. You know, that's why a lot of the Joseph Parker fans are saying. But let me know, what you guys in the comments think though? You think Joseph Parker is being set up?